Private limited company, and this time we are going to discuss and watch and learn about the dying process, which every human being inevitable, inevitable to go through that. We have to go through that each unavoidable circumstances. So dying is the process of life coming to an end, often involving a sequence of physical, emotional, and spiritual stages, and it encompasses biological, philosophical, and existential dimensions with varying interpretations across culture, religions, and cultural belief. It is an exploration of dying from various perspectives. For this, let me take a few minutes, that like 5 to minutes, for this research about the dying process. I watch many videos from the YouTube itself and Michael Bones and Jack Tills, and personally we chat and discuss through online from the Safdarjung Hospital, Rainy, Dr. Danish, and Ames Banwal Rajput. This is my good friend of mine. While I'm studying at my PG at New Delhi, so they are very good friend of mine. Without them, I won't be able to produce this which and knowledge, human occurrence, and actual belief that the types and dying process. And since I'm not from a medical background, was already mentioned, often mentioned about that I'm from big commerce background, accountancy background, so it's really a vast gap between that, in between that commerce and medical background. So we're going to see, watch, and learn about dying, which every human is going to face it. One day you're gonna face it, and I'm gonna face it. So we have to learn, rethink, research, and search for wisdom, knowledge. Okay. So we shall move on that physical aspects of dying. At first, the types of dying. Here you can see that physical aspects of dying. Physiologically, dying involves the gradual cessation of vital bodily functions, typically including that respiratory decline. Respiratory decline. Here I put in the short form. The first one is respiratory decline. I put in the short form here. R decline, respiratory decline. So it simply implies that breathing slows and eventually stops. And the second one is CA. Here I put the short form to cardiac arrest. The heart ceases to pump blood, cutting off oxygen to the brain and organs. As we often heard that brain death, brain death activity ends signifying the end of consciousness and bodily function control. At the time of brain death, here many claim that I visited paradise, I had visited hell, and I met with Jesus, and I met with already near dear friends and all. So it's according to me, it's a slight conscience of the past. It's calling back, but shut down. In case of body shutdown, the organs in our body cease to function and the body cells begin to break down and initiating the process of decomposition or deterioration breakdown stage. Okay, everyone have different aspects of mind. Me too, I have different conception regarding that. When you die, then it's like that before we born, nothing, unconsciousness for forever, unconsciousness for eternity. That's my own conception, but we as a whole in Mizo society, they believe that after that there's two options, paradise and hell. But I don't believe that. We have freedom. I'm not personally interrupt or I'm not personally blame any for what shall I say, like in Mizoram, the largest one is Presbyterian, Baptist and all. So um, I'm not personally interrupting their religious belief, faith and their doctrine, but I have my own freedom to feel and think, reject and accept that within the areas that I don't think there is nothing after or beyond that. Terminal illness is a natural consequence like when we prolong illness or dying process where person suffers from an incurable disease like cancer or shall I include HIV AIDS? I'm not actually a medical person. I'm very curious that so I'll not say that all age natural death. Let's say around after 70s, 80s, 90 till 100 is natural death. Euthanasia assisted dying. After 10 years, so we India also adopted this type of dying. So spending a lot of money for nothing is useless, and seeing our loved ones suffer tremendously is not uneasy, and it's not comfortable at the same time. This way, we need to admit this international intentional ending of life to suffering relieve suffering, often legally and ethically debated, and clinical death and biological death. So in case of clinical death as defined by Simpson's, cessation of heartburn being potentially reversible with medical intervention, while biological death, permanent cessation of all bodily systems and functions. It's complete exact opposite. Most of the heart attack patients suffer from this clinical death. When a person goes through the clinical death, he can or he have something like 40, 50, 60 chances of survive survival chance. But when it comes to stage of that biological death, there's no absolute chance that he will come back into life. So most of the uh, humanity or most of the things that they declare that they saw their family, those they are already gone, their relative, the one who are already dead, and someone claimed that I visit to the hell, I went to the paradise, and Jesus was sitting with me, and I was very happy, and I'm really peaceful, and it's full of comfortness. So they say that this happens according to the medical terms. Most of this happens at the time of clinical death because at the stage of clinical death, as I already mentioned, that there are chances of coming back into life. Well, in the biological death stage, no chances. Okay. According to religious perspective, let's take a look, and I'm not going to take for a long time. See, Christianity is very popular and now they are largest in number, but critically slow down that generally believe in afterlife like heaven, hell, and eternal life with God is promised to believers, and according to Islam, views death as a transition to an afterlife, which judgment day determining one's eternal destination, paradise or hell. So it's slightly related, and according to Hinduism, believes in reincarnation, where the soul is reborn into new life forms based on karma from previous, according to the previous life they perform, they adopted. Okay, so according to the Buddhism, if you can read, try to read Nirvana and all is emphasized, and according to Buddhism, also incarnation is also emphasized, and the cycle of death and rebirth, reincarnation, rebirth. So it's slightly related one another. So there is something expectation after death, after natural death, or after death. There is something to be happen, but who knows the truth? We all expect, we all guess. Sikhism sees death as emerging back with God here, viewing life and death as natural parts of existence. Taoism, that is often considered a natural part of the way and not something to be feared. The soul may return to cosmological. So lastly, let me add this atheist perspective. Atheists typically view death as the end of consciousness. Yeah, right. That is the end of consciousness without an afterlife. That's what I accepted 100%. I don't believe in life after death, something resurrection or reincarnation or transform or anything. It would be exactly like before we are here. So that means I'm atheist. Yeah. The body decomposes and returns to the earth with no belief in soul of eternal existence. Instead, they may emphasize living fully in the present. Okay? Eternity and interpretation. So let's try to summarize in one or two sentences. Well, dying physically marks the end of bodily functions. Belief about what happens after vary widely. For some, dying leads to an eternal spiritual state, while for others, it signifies final cessation. So most of the popular religions in the world expect something that after we die as a human being. But atheists, those who never believe anything beyond that, is that's the important one. I would like to share a few lines to my viewers too. Please do some research, read good books relating to life after death or whatever. So would like to suggest you James 6, One Christ, Many Religions. So while I was in Bangalore, uh, I read that James 6 books. It's really very good books and he's a very liberal type. So please do read that. Okay. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. And see you. And please share my channel and it's a multiple platform. And we are running coaching, mentoring class and material. Right now, I'm composing materials for competitive exams like state level Public Service Commission and Union Public Service Commission and SSC, RB, and IBPS and many Group A, Group H, Group D level too. So it's a multiple form and like know how and it's entertainment too. Okay, let's go together and with you I can grow that, without you I can grow. So I need your support by the ups and downs. Love you all. See you.